example 4 is a try it on your own. So we've done 3 examples together. Go ahead and try this one on your own. You can also move on and try number 5 on your own as well. Okay, and when you're finished and you've attempted both of them, press play and go over your solutions with me. So the first thing that we do here is make sure that all of our variables are aligned, and they are. Our x's are lined up, our y's, and our constants. So then we look to see if there's any common factors. So 4 and 10, the least, the least common multiple would be, they both go into 20, okay? Now you wouldn't have to do 40 because there's a smaller number, 20. You could do 40, but you always want to think of the smallest number that both of them will go into. And then 2 and 7, the common factor there would have to be 14. All right, so the options are to multiply the top and bottom and eliminate the x's, or multiply the top and bottom to eliminate the y's. So you could do whichever one you think is easier. I want to try to do, let's do the 20. So what would I multiply -4 by to equal 20? What would I need to multiply -4 by to equal 20? So that would be 4 times 5 would give me 20. All right. And then the bottom, what would I need to multiply 10 by to equal 20? I need to multiply that by 2. Now they both have the same sign, so I need to make one of these negative so that one will be positive and one will be negative. So let's multiply the bottom one by -2. That way this number at the end will become positive, and it's the bigger one, so that might help. All right, so let's now get our new equations. Starting with the top, we're going to multiply each term on the inside times 5. So 5 times -4x is -20x. 5 times -2y is -10y. Bring over my equal sign. And then 5 times 14. I'm using my calculator, and that gives me 70. All right, now let's do our bottom equation. -2 times -10x is a positive 20x. Perfect. Those are going to eliminate. -2 times positive 7y is a -14y. Bring over my equal sign. And then -2 times a -25 is a positive 50. Now I'm ready to add these two equations up. Here we go. -20x and positive 20x are going to cancel. -10y and -14y gives me a -24y. Remember your rule, same sign, so you add and keep the sign. And then 70 plus 50 is 120. We're going to divide by -24. And let me do that in my calculator. 120 divided by -24 is a -5. So now I know in my solution for this system, the y value is -5. I now need to find my x value by substituting this y in, okay, this y in, to one of these equations. So I'm going to do the top one. -4x minus 2y equals 14. Where the y is, I'm going to plug in my -5. So this becomes -4x minus 2 times -5 equals 14. So we start by multiplying here. Bring by all my -4x. So that would be a positive 10 equals 14. Then I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. So that gives me -4x equals 4. Divide by -4. And x equals -1. So now I know my solution to this system is -1, -5. Now, since you tried it on your own, you may have chosen a different approach. You may have multiplied the top one by 10 and multiplied the bottom one by 4, and you would still get, if you worked it out correctly, the same solution as me. You just use bigger numbers to multiply. Or maybe you chose to multiply the top by 7 and the bottom by 2 to eliminate the y's, and that's okay as well. The nice thing about these is that there's several different approaches that you can use, and they're all going to be correct. It's just different preference. So let's do number 5 now. And if you haven't attempted it, go ahead and pause the video and attempt it, and then press play. It's really important that you're trying these before I go over the answer so you can see if you're understanding it. So 3x and 5x, okay, common factor would be 15. And then negative 2y and negative 2y and negative 5y, the common factor would be 10. So I'm going to eliminate the y's this time. You may have chose to done the x's, and that's perfectly fine. So I'm going to multiply my top one by 5, and I'm going to multiply my bottom one by 2 to eliminate the y's. Now they're both negative, so I need to change one of them's sign. So I'm going to change the bottom one because it has the bigger numbers. So here we go. 5 times 3x. I'm going to have 15x now on top. 5 times negative 2y will give me negative 10y. And 5 times 2 is going to equal 10. On bottom, negative 2 times 5x will be negative 10x. Negative 2 times negative 5y will be a positive 10y. And negative 2 times 10 will be negative 10. Now I'm ready to solve my new equations. So 15x minus 10x is going to be 5x. The positive 10y and the negative 10y cancel. And then 10 minus 10 is 0. Divide by 5. And x equals 0. So I know in my ordered pair, my x value is 0. I want to plug that back in and solve for my y value to one of these equations. I'm just going to use the top one. 3x minus 2y equals 2. So where this x is, I'm going to plug in that 0. So this will be 3 times 0 minus 2y equals 2. So 3 times 0 is just 0, so I have negative 2y equals 2. Divide by negative 2. And y equals negative 1. So my solution to this system is 0, negative 1. How'd you do? If you missed it, go back and find your error.